Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're a brand new subscriber or a brand new viewer. My name is Kyle and today I'm going to be reviewing American Fiction, which is the directorial debut of Jefferson, who also wrote the screenplay. The film stars Jeffrey Wright as a novelist and a professor who is tired of seeing the quote-unquote black novels that have been attributing great success, to the point where he decides, for fun, to create a pseudonym and write a book full of the most stereotypical black dialogue imaginable. Turns out that that book is destined to be a big success. I saw a trailer for this at the very beginning of 2023, and the concept was very interesting. It seemed like it was going to be more of a comedy, but it had some dramatic roots that it was really going to explore and make you think. And so, leading up to its release, I was excited for the movie. Firstly, the movie has a star-studded cast. You've got Issa, Tracee Ellis Ross, you have Sterling K. Brown, and of course Jeffrey Wright. So I was excited for the performers in the movie. But how was the film itself? Well, I can certainly tell you right now that this is one of the best movies of 2023, and it absolutely deserves to be nominated for Best Picture. This film was everything from comedic to tragic. It is a movie that absolutely reached into my soul and hit me on a very, very personal level. Now, I did a review for the Iron Claw maybe a week or two ago, and I said that that trailer deliberately kept things out of the movie where you really had to go to the movie to get the entire full picture. And with American Fiction, I definitely will say the same thing here. There is an element, and I would say plural, I'd say elements that they are deliberately keeping out of the trailers, and they're only telling it to you through subtlety. And by seeing the movie, you really are getting this full picture. Now, I've heard this term for years, and it's something that I've always thought was corny when people say, it'll make you laugh and it'll make you cry. But this movie, it's true. Like, this movie, it will absolutely make you feel those emotions, those raw emotions, feeling like there are tears about to come out of your eyes. And then there are other sequences that will have you in stitches because this movie is also hilarious. Let's talk a little bit about Jeffrey Wright. I definitely think there should be a slogan, which is, when it comes to Jeffrey Wright, he can do no wrong. He is what you would call a chameleon actor, where he can insert himself into any genre: comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi, action, and he's amazing in every single genre. He convinced the world that he was a Latino in Shaft by John Singleton. I mean, that still is one of the best performances I think I've ever seen in my life as Peoples. He is phenomenal in that film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Now, like Paul Giamatti, Jeffrey Wright is more of a supporting actor, but in both The Holdovers and American Fiction, they proved that they could lead the screen. They are incredible leading men, and they definitely are deserving of more leading performances. I think Jeffrey Wright is excellent in this movie, and like I said, yes, he's excellent in everything that he's in, but he brings a great level of gratitude, but also some backhanded compliments. He definitely reminds me of somebody in my family. As I was watching the movie, I'm like, wow, did they actually interview a family member of mine and like take some notes? Because there are elements of the character that absolutely, I was like, wow, this is literally like somebody I know. He's somebody who was very dissatisfied with the establishment and what people consider to be the only form of entertainment from an African-American perspective. I like the fact that he is challenging it, but he also is very self-aware. And the movie as a whole is very self-aware. You can tell that Jefferson really knows what he's talking about, and you can really tell that he poured his heart and soul into the screenplay, because there are sequences in the movie that feel like they are almost straight out of the movie adaptation, but there's an even different kind of twist to it that makes it even more fun. Now, when you're doing a movie about race relations, you're obviously going to hit some major controversy. There's going to be people who will hate this movie simply for talking about the issue of race and how it impacts not only our society today, but also the past. People are like, oh God, we're done with that. But there are some movies that can do it in a very deconstructive way, where it feels like it's made to basically divide people because They're somebody that has a very staunch opinion, and anybody who disagrees with them is just full of shit. And then you have movies that are very constructive with their criticism and their critiques on society. And I think American Fiction does a great job of not really riding that line, but having enough of social commentary to make you really think. And with an A-list cast, they do a great job of delivering that commentary without necessarily beating you over the head with it, because it is able to manage a family drama subplot that, honestly, it's truly moving. My gripe with the movie, though, is its ending. Personally, I just didn't like it. I felt it was a little too abrupt and a bit too silly for my taste. And I do get the idea that, well, that's the point, but I think for me, the film could have been at least 15 to 20 minutes longer. And that is a rarity for me to say I wish the movie was longer. But I do think that there were two subplots that were sort of hanging in the balance that weren't properly resolved that I wish came to a satisfying conclusion. In the end, I thought American Fiction was a great movie, and I'm going to give it an A. Now, if you've already seen American Fiction, please let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I hope that you guys go to see this movie in the theater because it is absolutely worth your time. This is a great film. Don't miss it. Please subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. The links to my social media pages are in the description box below. Again, thank you all so much for all of your support, and stay tuned.